Thank you so much, Brett, and good evening, everyone. I just really wanted to, on behalf of the board of the U.S.-Japan Council, welcome all of you new members. Thank you. My cousin Brad, sitting right up here front as a new member, but thank you so much for all of you who have joined us here in Seattle to be members of the U.S.-Japan Council. And I just wanted to say a couple of words about the board and what we oversee. But I also want to introduce my fellow board member, Jill Nishi, who everybody here in Seattle knows. So Jill, she's also a board member. Thanks so much for this community. She's with the Gates Foundation, as many of you know. So the U.S.-Japan Council, the reason I joined the board was actually because the U.S.-Japan Council has a mission, and the mission is to make sure that we bridge cultural, social, business relationships between the United States and Japan. And it's really important to me as a Japanese American to make sure that we have strong relationships across the ocean. But I think the most important thing that the U.S.-Japan Council has done is to not just make sure that we as business leaders or civic and or in Brad's case political leaders have a chance to meet face-to-face and talk about how we really forge this strong relationship. It's really about the young people and the next generation. And so that's why, Britt, I'm so happy that we have our Elite scholars here tonight. I've had a chance to meet many of you. The one thing on a personal note, I'm so happy to see so many young women here. So let me just applaud all of you. Last week, Jill Nishi moderated a panel that was sponsored by Dale Watanabe and the Japan America Society of Washington. And some of you attended, I know, at the Bellevue City Hall. But I think one of the things we talked about was about women, commonality of women's issues between the U.S. and Japan. So I just really want to say that I'm encouraged to see both young men and women in the program. But I really want to say a special note of encouragement to the young women here in the program to say, you're really important to the future of Japan, to the future of U.S.-Japanese relationships. I really encourage you to step out, step up, get out there and, really do the things that ILEAP is encouraging you to do, and that's about social innovation and change. And so I'm just really happy that you're all here tonight, and it really is, in essence, the purpose of the U.S.-Japan Council is to really encourage the next generation to make sure that for the next, 10, 20, 30 years, these relationships remain strong, but also that the country of Japan remains strong, and we're all very dedicated to that. So you're going to hear later on the programs from, as Britt mentioned, many of us, so I won't spend time going over the many programs, but I got involved through one of the programs called JEL, the Japanese American Leadership Delegation, and Brad and Jill and so many of you, Lynn just was our most recent JEL scholar, JEL delegate, and I was there during the year of the earthquake. So in 2011, it was a really, it was a very personal experience for me because our class was really there during that week, and we were, we couldn't get back. So lots of the events that happened that week were very real and present to me, and I think what it made me realize is, again, it's one thing to talk about relationships across the ocean, but it's another thing really to talk about us coming together and under the tomodachi, the friendship umbrella, to say we really need to help each other, especially in times of crisis. So that's really what the U.S.-Japan Council is about, and tomodachi was really born out of the 2011 crisis, and then now ILEAP obviously is really working with all of you to make sure that you as our next generation really give back to the community. So with that, I just want to say welcome. It's just a delight to have all of you here, and again, on behalf of the board of the U.S.-Japan Council, we really do welcome our new members as well as our young scholars that are here tonight. So thank you very much for being with us, and back to you, Brett. Thanks.